Welcome back to another episode on Connie Celica, my 1977 Toyota Celica. As you can see, we've got Moose here, which means two things. A lot of work's gonna get done, and a lot of sweat is gonna happen. All right, Mr. Moose, what's your plan today?
Well, the first thing we did was we split the trans from the motor because we wanted to put the OE dust shield back in because of the step in the motor to the trans. We then reinstalled the SQ Engineering dust plates, bolted everything back together again, so this is ready to go in. Second thing is we bolted up the OE shift mount. The plan here is to bolt everything back up and then to mark and drill the new location for the rear mounted shift linkage. And after that, well, if we get that done, then nut and bolt check underneath and get everything kind of ready to go. Alrighty, so initially we bolted up the shift mount bracket in its OE position from the car it came out of, but we're hard up against this little bracket or this little drop here.
There, yeah.
Well, it's actually a reverse hump. It's a dip in the back there.
Yeah, sorry.
So what we can do is if we shift it to the lower back position, we talked about this before in an earlier video, there's actually a rear position for mount for these.
Or more forward, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, forward from my perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
And the nice thing is that puts us right forward of this dip.
Yes, that'll work better, I think.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
well, I'll just
This whole battle we've been having trying to align the motor, we think all stems from this mount hitting the tunnel and...
not allowing us to get the tail high,
Right.
therefore clear the steering rack.
Right.
It is tight.
It is tight, so let's hope this fixes it.
Yep.
Now that Moose has measured once, it's time to cut twice, making that hole for the base of the shifter to go through the center tunnel, and we're optimistic it's in a better position than it was before. It's a good 6 inches further back, so we're going to drill some pilot holes and then maybe jump in the car and see if it's in the happy place and go from there.
5.5 inches back before it was way too far forward.
Yeah.
So this is the happy place because it's a flat level where we can do it. So we're hard up against the tunnel, and if you look
still
here,
have a big gap
inch and a bit gap, inch and a half,
in here.
which means we've got to do a little bit more cutting to get this mount up further into the car.
Our GT Customs cup holder, Moose.
Yeah,
Going bye-bye for now.
it is.
But we're thinking we're just gonna hack out that middle section there
Right to here.
so that the whole giant original opening is joined up to our new one, and then we can fill up the front gap as needed. Put that slip yoke up in the tranny. Bolt this tail end to the diff. Quit yoking around here, Moose.
God, you're funny.
Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors? I'm like, why, Dad? He says, because if they didn't, they'd be called chicken sedans.
All tighten down.
All tightened down, snug to Moose spec.
Up.
So you can see here on the back side here, the shift is in neutral right now. So when I go back for 2 and 4, it's probably gonna bang on the back here. So just do a little bit of a half circle clearance around there. And then up and around on this side primarily, the far side, it's getting kind of tight. to the sheet metal, so I do a little bit of clearings up there.
Looks like Moose has lost 100 pounds and gotten 10 years younger, everybody.
PT is in, Moose is out. We're trying to get some stuff done here, people.
Moose had to go to work.
Yeah.
One of those.
He's got a real job,
He
right?
does. And it looks like you're going to try out our new Milwaukee die grinder.
That's right. The Milwaukee collection is growing, and our air tools are slowly sitting in our chest there. So now it is time to give the old die grinder a go. I see you guys have marked out where you want to cut this, right, DP?
Yeah, we just need a little extra clearance around the shifter base. So I guess follow Moose's blue lines and hope for the best.
All right. Woo!
All tuned up.
That did clean up pretty well. I gotta say, the new tool does work awesome. I really like the handle down here, actually.
Yeah.
So you can like manhandle this tool and just really go to town with it. So I'm sure there's environments where the size of this may not work for you, but in this situation, this is absolutely perfect. Get that shift knob in the hole.
Yes, indeed.
Actually, it's not a shift knob.
It's a
shift lever.
That's right.
That's right.
Now we had to press that bushing down into the SQ Engineering one, which, by the way, I don't think I fully explained why we're doing all this. You guys probably know, if you've been following the series, that we had an SQ Engineering shifter relocation kit in here that put the shifter up in through the OE hole in the tunnel here. And once we remounted the seat further back, it was just too far to reach to the shifter. So we reverted to the OE shifter mount and cut the tunnel, as you've seen, to make that fit. So that's why we're doing all this. But now that I think about it, this has to kind of get pressed down into that ball underneath, or like into that cup underneath. And I'm not entirely sure how to do this. Well, after attempting to fit the shift lever into its home with the shifter mount bolted to the transmission, there was no way to line up this bushing with the cup that it's got to sit in down on the shifter rod. So Pete had the idea of unbolting the shifter mount so that we could then see what we're doing and get this bushing lined up. Why?
There
we
you go. Look at that.
Bam.
We are in.
So
Now you just gotta bolt that back
we need to bolt this
on.
on
Yep.
the tranny, and I think we can bang a gear then.
Well, DP, I have something special for you.
Oh, what have we
See
here?
this?
Look at this.
That is a special TRD
Woo.
shift knob, and you know why it's special?
No, I don't.
Because I bought that at Tokyo Auto Salon, I think 6 or 7 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, because I said, you know, one day I'm going to need a badass TRD shift knob for a project that I'm going to be working on.
Okay.
I had the foresight, as I always do, to buy stuff like this.
Yes. Your hoarding is famous.
Exactly. And I was going to use it on my BMW 2J.
Okay.
I thought, you know what, if I put a Getrag in there, it would be perfect. But seeing this all to come together, I figured
Feeling
this would
inspired?
be perfect in your car.
Man,
and
I like it.
I think it really is. That is going to look wicked.
Yeah, it's very like kind of rally spec up there. I like it.
Exactly. Look at that.
All right, well, let me bolt this down, and we'll maybe throw the seat and the wheel in here and see if all this work has been worthwhile or not.
Feel like it's in the right spot? It looks like it's pretty good.
Pretty damn comfortable, actually. Like before, I was having to really stretch
Yeah.
to get to it, and it was way down lower too. The shift knob actually helps get it up higher, and this whole mount sits a good, I don't know, 3-4 inches higher than the old one. So it puts the shift knob in a way better position, and I can comfortably reach all 5-6 gears.
Beauty.
So no, I think that's perfect. That is a win. You guys have seen us pull this motor in and out before, so let's speed up the action here. I'm gonna throw the gas tank in the trunk, and Pete's gonna start putting things together up in the engine bay. you guys were wondering what Pete was doing at the end of that time lapse, he was adding a hanger to the exhaust system because we felt the rear section had a bit too much movement. So we added a hanger in there. Thanks, Pete, for that. Thanks also for that shift knob. I don't know if I properly thanked you for the shift knob.
No, you did.
That thing is very sweet, so thank you for that. Up front, we are pretty much ready to go. This thing's ready to fire up. Just tidying up a few small details, including these replacement hood hinges that Nate Gold from Foxau2 Reproductions sent me. Is that how you pronounce it, Nate? Foxau2? Anyway, he makes a whole bunch of cool stuff for first-gen Celicas. His dad also makes some body parts. He kind of specializes in other stuff. He's making some really cool taillights and just stuff that you can't get for these cars anymore. So if you have a look at his hood hinge here, there's no play in it. It's a nice aluminum piece. And then you look at our original ones, which are not rusty, and I assume these often do get rusty, but look at how much slop there is in this. And it's because there's a bit of rubber in there and it's all just rotted out because it's 41 years old. So this will make for a much more smoothly operating hood, I would say, which we're going to bolt on shortly. First we got to swap the other one on. We've also swapped in some Hella headlights here because, well, those were, I don't know how old those were. They were old. One of them was broken. So we've upgraded to some Hellas. We got high-low out here, high beam here. Let's put this other hinge on, Pete, and let's see if the hood will actually fit. Tweaking. I think we've got it aligned pretty well. This clamshell style hood still kind of weirds me out, but it's good. It's good enough, I think, for now. We can spend hours trying to tweak it, but
I think it's good.
It's a little filthy. The car needs some attention in terms of paint, let's be honest. But that's not going to happen just yet. First, we want to get this thing running again, which it's pretty much ready to do now. So I think next episode, we're going to take it to NV Auto for an alignment. And then we're going to take it to the racetrack. Because I want to find out if the wheels are going to fall off, what's going to leak or rattle. It's kind of the best way to shake a car down in a safe environment, a controlled environment where we're not breaking the law. So we're going to trail it to the racetrack and give it a good shakedown that way. I think that's a wrap, PT. This one's over. There's a lot of sweaty work in here. It was, I don't know, 40 degrees Celsius in here with a Humidex, so we'll be glad to go home and cool off. Thanks for watching, everyone. Give us a thumbs up for more Connie Celica, and give us a subscribe if you want to see Beamsy making noises at the racetrack.